What's up, GGs? Welcome to week 4, workout 2 of the program. So we're starting off with mobility, of course, and the first exercise is the world's greatest stretch. So we are actually in an extended full lunge position. My back leg is extended straight out. It's not touching the mat. My knee is not touching the mat. And as you can see, my right knee is up, so my left hand is down. And then the opposite arm, the free arm, is going in between your leg and your hand to stretch out that upper body and stretch out those hips a little bit more. If you can't do the full extended lunge position, you are welcome to put that back knee down to the mat. But for now, we're doing the full extended version, 5 to 8 reps each side. Okay, then we are on to one of my favorites, the cat-cow. So you start off in tabletop position, you're going to arch your back into a cat, and then retract your spine into a cow position. So every time you arch your back into cat, I want you to contract your core, so really squeeze it tight, and you're going to inhale when you do cat. So squeeze, inhale, and then you're going to exhale out all that energy in cow position, okay? We have 5 to 8 reps of this as well. Okay, next we have a deep squat stretch with a dumbbell. So I want your feet pretty wide, like you're doing a sumo squat. So they're really far outside of your hips, so about 45 degrees out. And I'm just kind of rocking back and forth to stretch out my calves, work on that ankle mobility. If you're not able to do this deep of a squat, you're welcome to do the modification that I'll show you in the next clip. But for this deep squat stretch, I'd like you to do 1 minute total until you're just feeling a little bit more loose, less tight, and you can just breathe pretty freely in this movement. Okay, here's that modification I was telling you about. You can hold on to something in front of you, go as low as you can go, and you're rocking back and forth, stretching out the hamstrings, working on that knee and ankle mobility. But I do want your legs pretty wide, so your knee should be pointing 45 degrees out, and you should have a pretty wide sumo squat position. Okay, next up are the internal hip rotations. So you're going to sit down on the mat and you're going to bring one knee internally rotated in towards your belly or towards your midline, one at a time. If you cannot touch the mat with your knee, that's okay. If it's feeling a little bit too tight, you don't have to touch all the way. You can also lean back a little bit further. I don't know if you could tell that I did that, but it makes it a little bit easier. So this is really working on how our hips are able to move not only outside but inside as well. We need healthy internal rotations. Okay, instead of doing a position where you're on the mat, we're doing a standing up puppy pose. So I want you to find a wall, stick your hands about shoulder width apart, and you're gonna leave your knees bent a little bit. And as you can tell, I'm leaning back and then really getting a deep stretch in my back and shoulders, kind of holding that position as long as needed. And you're gonna come back up, go back down, bend down into a tabletop position, really stretching out the shoulders. Do it however feels best for you. If you need to rearrange your body, that didn't work for me, so I went further back. Kind of fiddle with it for a second until you figure out what feels best for you. Okay, last step for mobility are swimmers. So you're going to be on your belly on the mat, and my back legs are actually in the air, so they kind of look like they're down on the mat, but they're not. We want your lower back engaged while you're doing this. And you're going to clap your hands in front of you, rotate your hands, and clap your side. So clapping in the front, straight arms, clapping on the side, okay? We have 8 to 10 swimmers. Alright, we're getting into the workout portion. So these are called half kneeling diagonal chops with a dumbbell. So half kneeling position, as you can see, you're going to hold the dumbbell on each of the ends with both of your hands, and you're going to swing the dumbbell almost into the side that where your knee is up. This is really going to work on your core stability, work on your shoulders a little bit, and work on your balance. So we have 10 each side. Alright, next up we have half kneeling dumbbell windmills. So whatever arm is holding the dumbbell, it should be the same leg that has your knee up, as you can see. You're going to be holding the dumbbell in the air the entire time, and then just bending over and touching your free hand to the ground and coming back up. This is great for core, it's great for mobility, it's working your quads, your glutes, your shoulders. It's a great, great workout. So a different angle, same leg up is the same arm up. You're using that free hand to just reach over and touch the ground. The dumbbell kind of twists when you go back. It doesn't really matter how you hold it, but naturally it just wants to kind of twist to be parallel to my body when it goes back. So as long as you can just hold the dumbbell in the air the whole time, doesn't totally matter the way that the dumbbell goes, but you'll find that it naturally wants to twist to be parallel to your body. Okay, next up we have jumping bear plank. Don't worry, these aren't actually that bad. They're kind of fun. So you're going to be in that bear plank position where your knees are not touching the mat. And then every rep you're going to hop outside in a big wide stance, and then you're going to hop into the narrow stance, out, wide stance, and then you're giving me 10 hops. So every time your legs go to the wide position, that's 1 rep. Okay, I put these in here for a little bit of a modification. So you can do these instead of the next exercise, but this is a reverse lunge with a knee drive. So hold on to something if you need to. You're going to do a reverse lunge. You don't need to touch your knee to the mat, but you can if you need some extra balance. Reverse lunge, and then you're going to drive your knee up. You squeeze that core, and it's going to work your abs a little bit more. So reverse lunge. And as I reverse lunge, you can see that my body's at a 45-degree angle, stretching out the glutes a little bit more. So go ahead and give me 10 each side, or wait to see the more advanced movement in the next clip. Okay, if you're feeling like challenging yourself, I would give these a try. You see how I'm not even going that deep into it either. It's kind of difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's not bad. But we do want to get to a point where your knees are okay with moving laterally. So I'm holding on to something, and I'm just lunging to the side, kneeling over 45 degree, get a little pressure and tension on the knee, and then I'm driving that knee up and squeezing the core and going back out to a side lunge. And that opposite leg is just staying in the same exact spot the entire time. I'm not moving my left leg. Okay, go ahead and give it a try just to see if you can do it. Try and challenge yourself a little bit. If not, that's totally okay. Just go back to doing the regular reverse lunges. Okay, we have reverse crunches now. So my hands are under my butt for some extra support for your back. What you're going to do is keep your legs kind of close together the whole time. You're going to bring your knees up and do a crunch, but then bring them back out to an extended position, and this is what we call a reverse crunch. So your bum should come up off the mat a little bit, crunching towards your body, and then moving your legs straight out. You're doing 20 reps of these. And then to finish, we have shoulder taps. So make sure you're in a high plank position, squeezing that core, and you're just tapping one shoulder at a time, trying not to move your hips too much. Try and keep them as stable as possible, but 20 reps for me. All right, set 2, coming in hot. Make sure you rested 1 to 2 minutes before starting this, like always. So we got the half kneeling diagonal chops. So grab your dumbbell, hold it on each end, and bring it up as high as you can, and you're kind of angling it towards that knee that's holding you up, okay? 10 reps each side. Back to the half kneeling dumbbell windmills. So hold that dumbbell straight up in the air, keep that arm straight the whole time. And you're gonna, the same arm that's holding the dumbbell is gonna be the same leg that's up, okay? And you're just reaching over, touching the ground, and then coming back up. And just kind of twist your back, twist your shoulder, giving you a little bit of extra mobility. And it is a challenge for balance and stability, so this will work you good. Okay, back to the jumping bear plank. So you're going to start to feel this in your quads and your shoulders, a little bit of the core as well. Don't give up because you only have 10. Pretty easy to do, so just hopping in the middle, hopping to the side. You got 10 reps. Okay, here's the reverse lunge with a knee drive. So again, hold on to something for balance if you need to. Make sure your body and torso is angled 45 degrees forward. And then really drive that knee forward in a semi-fast motion. Really get that core activated, okay? If you want a little bit of a challenge, again, go to the next clip so you can do some side lunges.
You got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. You got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no.
Okay, here's the more advanced movement, the side lunges with a knee drive. Keeping one foot on the ground the whole time. You're just moving, in this case, we're moving to the right. Knee drive up, side lunge out. Get those knees working, get those glutes activated. Well, we have 10 each side if you're wanting to do the advanced version.
Makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, 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 ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no.
Alrighty, then we have our reverse crunches for 20 reps. Keep those hands under your bum for some support on your back, and then you're bringing those knees up, bum comes off the ground, crunch into your belly, and then back out for 20 reps. Alright, last exercise of the day, and then you're done. Just 20 shoulder taps. And then you just had a killer workout. So proud of you, and I will see you next week for week 5.